Hi guys, as promised I'm going to show you all the damage inflicted to a poor forager during the first season. This will include damage by running aground, pulling it up the beach, collisions, submersions, rushing things up during build process, and just pure maybe bad craftsmanship. So let's have a look. Let's start by having a look at the mast, the foils, the inside, and then I'll try to flip it over and we'll have a look at the bottom and side panels. First, let's take all this stuff out of there. All this stuff lives permanently on inside forager's hatch. That's a lot of stuff. There's not much damage at all to the mast. Most of this is paint from the yard. I will need to make longer rope wrapping this year. Just some scuff marks from the mast step. There's a dent here, so I hit this with something, don't know what. All in all, seems to be working. That's probably a blister that just popped. Not much to do to the mast. Sand it, varnish, and that's it, I guess. Okay, that's from the block rubbing there. I guess I can put some glass cloth there, a bit of tape to prevent this. Not bad if you consider there's only 4 coats of varnish on that mast. The rudder. Now this is probably what gets dragged more often. Doesn't look too bad. Lots of salt still, but I haven't washed this in ages. This part of the rudder usually just, well, basically runs aground every time I come close to shore, because I never lift it up enough, because I need rudder all the way to the shore, and that has now ground off all the glass, so I need to put a reinforcement here. Yeah, maybe just some sanding, revarnishing, and obviously that reinforcement there. That should be alright. Let's have a look at the dagger board. A lot of scratches. That's the varnish coming off. Because I have no anti-chafe right on this area of the board, I never got to fit it on the center case. Yeah, that's just varnish. That's a big chunk missing there, and I remember exactly when that was. I was just leaving the club and I sailed over an unmarked anchor, one of those 4-pronged kind of grapnel anchors with really sharp edges, and I could feel, I was barefooted on the Goat, and I could feel the wood cracking, the vibrations through my feet. I remember looking around all over the place, seeing if there was any hull breach, but thank God it was just that chunk of the dagger board that went AWOL. So not much to do, just sand this, revarnish, some thickened epoxy, some more glass cloth here, reinforcement, and that's it. Now the tiller. There's a lot of varnish missing, because obviously the tiller extension hits that all the time. Nothing serious. Here there's no varnish left either, it's all come off. Some discoloration on the edges of the plywood. This part is probably the one I rushed the most. I think I only applied 2 coats of varnish on this. I had a deadline to finish the build. I had a scheduled inspection by the maritime authorities, and if I missed it, I wouldn't have the boat ready for the summer. So some things I had to rush. Varnishing was one of them. I skipped on a lot of coats. But hey, still here. This part here is never covered because the tarp that goes over forager does not reach all the way here. So this was exposed every single day to all the sunshine, really hot summer days. Still, there's no delamination on the plywood, no cracking of the boards, so I'm quite happy with it. Just need to sand it and give it a few coats now. Okay, let's remove these. These have some rubber blocks screwed on the underside, so it holds here. It doesn't rock too much, so it's quite a stable. I might do some proper ones this season, but so far they held pretty well. I used rubber there instead of wood, so it has some give, and it doesn't crack the gunnel when under pressure. Yeah, luckily this piece of leather, he done the job quite well, and he had just enough reach for these blocks not to scratch any of the varnish there. That's all right. Still full of sand. Let's have a look at the gunnels. As you can see, quite a few areas there with no varnish. But then again, guys, like I said, I was rushing this for the inspection, and the gunnels probably 3 coats tops of varnish, so it's not a surprise. These pieces, I just made them so I could try out where I wanted the oar locks to go, here, here, before I actually stick a piece of wood with epoxy there. Never got to it though. On the inside, I can't see any marks of water ingression on any of the edges of the plywood or anywhere else on the boat. So, quite happy with it. And in the morning, with a lot more sunshine, we'll inspect the bottom and side panels. See you in 2 seconds. And we're back. So let's have a look at the damage on the bottom and side panels. These here seem to hold quite well. That's only tape there, no problem. Bit of scuff marks. Not too bad. Still only tape. Now this side. Okay, I guess that's not 316 stainless. Now this here, I don't know why it's this kind of discoloration. But not too bad, I guess. I'll check the side panels. All right. There's a hairline crack there. This big on the butt joints. I have put quite a bit of ferric compound in this area, so I'm not sure if that has cracked or if this is actually the joint underneath. I will only know once I sand this, but it's not too serious, I guess. I'll just sand this down enough to recess a bit of glass tape, do some fairing, and we'll be better than before. This here seems to be where the cover buckle has been hitting constantly. Look, I need to fix that. Now this side, butt joints are visible now. No crack there, but they're visible. Not too deep, not too bad, I guess. The worst case being the hairline crack on the other side, but even that is not serious, easily fixable. Can you hear that? I think that box has stopped being watertight. Must have cracked a bit somewhere here on the seams. Guess I'll have to do some filleting around here. So, what mods am I planning for this season? I'm gonna add or double up the transom panel on the inside, because when I run aground and the elastic, the rudder only has one elastic band around it, and still when it runs aground I can see the plywood bend there. So reinforcing that, I'm gonna create two side benches, watertight. Sorry Michael, I know you don't like them, but they're not removable, they're fixed. I intend to create a platform, removable platform, between the two side benches so I can sleep aboard. when I go upriver, some of the banks don't allow you to beach the boat, so I'm gonna have to sleep aboard. I'll see if I can order 2 more hatches like the one I've got on the rear seat, so I can put them here on this center box. That's why I built it in the first place, other than buoyancy. So I want 2 more hatches there to take all the gear. And that's it. For you guys who thought I was gonna, I don't know, put some wings or a propeller or make it a heli boat or whatever, I hope you're not disappointed. They're not major changes. I know I'll be adding more weight to the boat, which already is not a very light boat because this is birch, a slightly heavier plywood, all I could get at the time. But for the stuff I want, I need that. I need the side benches, I need compartments here on the center box, and I've launched from a ramp. My boat lives 5 meters from the water. I don't have to hold it up in the car, and my limit on weight would be what I can pull up that ramp. For now, still alright. I will weigh the hull as it is now, and then I will weigh after all the changes so we can see how much weight has been added to the boat. Until then, I have a lot to do. So guys, stay safe and I'll see you next week.